الله. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهديه الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. الحمد لله غافر الذنب وقابل التوب شديد العقاب ذي القول لا إله إلا هو إليه المصير. اللهم لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. لك الحمد يا من لم تتخذ ولدا ولم يكن لك شريك في الملك ولم يكن لك ولي من الذل والله أكبر كبيرا. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله الأحد الفرد الصمد الذي لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. مالك الملك يؤتي الملك من يشاء وينزع الملك ممن يشاء، يعز من يشاء ويذل من يشاء، بيده الخير وهو على كل شيء قدير. سبح له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. له ملك السماوات والأرض يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير. هو الأول والآخر والظاهر والباطن وهو بكل شيء عليم. وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين. تركنا على المحجة البيضاء ليلها كنهارها لا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك. شرح الله له صدره ووضع عنه وزره وأعلمه أن مع العسر يسرا وأمره أن إذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. عباد الله، أوصيكم ونفسي مقصرة بتقوى الله، وأحذركم ونفسي من عصيانه ومخالفة أمره لزوما لقوله الحق تبارك وتعالى في كتابه الكريم: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. وكذلك في قول الحق تبارك وتعالى: يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. My brothers and sisters, the Mighty says in the Quran, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: ولا تهنوا ولا تحزنوا وأنتم الأعلون إن كنتم مؤمنين. إن يمسسكم قرح فقد مس القوم قرح مثله وتلك الأيام نداولها بين الناس وليعلم الله الذين جاهدوا منكم ويعلم الصابرين. أم حسبتم أن تدخلوا الجنة ولما يعلم الله الذين جاهدوا منكم ويعلم الصابرين. Beautiful verses from Surah Al Imran, in which the Mighty says to us: وَتِلْكَ الْأَيَّامُ نُدَاوِلُهَا بَيْنَ النَّاسِ قَدْ خَلَتْ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ سُنَنٌ فَسِيرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ فَانظُرُوا كَيْفَ كَانَ عَاقِبَةُ الْمُكَذِّبِينَ هَذَا بَيَانٌ لِلنَّاسِ وَهُدًى وَمَوْعِظَةٌ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ وَلَا تَهِنُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا. One cannot help it but to show this feelings of anger, feelings of frustration, but not the feelings of hopelessness and helplessness, as we are witnessing the international community overall, and more specifically the leaderships, are watching, and I do clearly say it, watching the genocide that is taking place in Gaza. It's a real Holocaust that has been documented by social media. And I do specifically also stress social media. Because unfortunately, mass media have failed the masses, and they no longer are being an advocate for what they believe in as journalists. This is a sad reality in the most advanced era of the human history, whereby whatever happens in one corner will be known by the other corner of the earth. Yet, we're seeing a genocide, we're seeing cleansing happening, we're seeing an agreement by the bodies that is designated by the international community to be a governing body for the actions of a human on earth. The United Nations, the International Court, have declared that what is happening in Palestine is illegal, an illegal occupation that needs to stop immediately. And whatever actions are being done to the Palestinians is a genocidal war, a war against humanity. This is declared by these bodies that our international community have designated to be bodies to govern our own actions on this planet that we're living on, which is the earth. Yet, we're seeing a consistent, a deliberate action of killing for civilians, mainly children, women, elders, and we're seeing the most powerful and rich countries on earth, and I should be retracting, administrations and politicians of these superpowers deliberately and bluntly in public saying that we're supporting this genocide. And the money is poured while the people of Gaza have lived 17 years of siege, while in the past 13 months there is a deliberate closure to the borders and scrutiny to the flow of the humanitarian aids to this small geographical area, which is now designated to be the most tense spot on earth with population. We're not talking about things happening somewhere without being people of earth being aware of it. No, it is happening. And everybody knows about it. Yet, there is little action that is taking place. Little action that is taking place to prevent and stop what is happening to these civilians. Except for the conscious individuals who have taken upon their own responsibility and have taken the risk of jeopardizing their own academic life, their own professional life, their own rizq, and stood for justice and faced the consequences. Be it those who have hit in the streets to demonstrate and show their disapproval to what's happening by the leaderships of their own countries, be it those who have advocated their time and lobbied behind the advocacy group and did the work that needs to be done, be it those who have decided to use what Allah had given to them of rizq and share it through the legal organizations, humanitarian organizations, to be able to empower and continue and help the people of Gaza to continue to stand in their own struggle. To the people of Gaza and to the rest of the world whose hearts are with them, to those who lose sleep overnight because of what's happening to our own brothers and sisters. They are humans like us, and they also say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. As a matter of the fact, they're being subjugated to whatever they're going through solely. وَمَا نَقَمُ مِنْهُمْ إِلَّا أَن يَقُولُوا رَبُّنَا اللَّهُ. They're only being subjugated to what we're being subjugated for, simply for declaring that they are believing in Allah Azza wa Jal. They're standing to defend the shrine of Islam. Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. They're defending the first Qibla of the Ummah. We say to them, وَلَا تَهِنُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا. Do not feel down. Do not feel sorrow. وَأَنْتُمُ الْأَعْلَوْنَ. And you are the superior if you were to believe believers. إِن كُنتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. إِن يَمْسَسْكُمْ قَرْحٌ. If you were to be hurt, فَقَدْ مَسَّ الْقَوْمَ قَرْحٌ مِثْلُهُ. Those who came from before you were hurt as well. And Allah Azza wa Jal is testing and knowing who is who. وَيَتَّخِذْ مِنْكُمْ شُهَدَاءَ وَاللَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ الظَّالِمِينَ. Allah will be selecting from among you shuhada who will be rising from this earth to the Jannah al-'ardu was-samawati wal-ard. So we say to the sorrow mother who's seeing her own child torn apart in front of her own eyes. We see to those who have seen, or to that mother or parent who've seen their own child being killed by the drone, and when everybody gathered and rushed to take that body of the child, a missile came and hit them to cause more killing. This was shown into the social media, even in mass media. This is how brutal, how inhumane the actions and the war in Gaza. This is not a bravery war between two equal entities. This is called cowardice. This is called injustice. There are no words that come to my mind to be able to express my feelings of disgusting for those who are riding the most sophisticated tanks on the world, flying the most sophisticated jets on the world, supported by the most powerful administration of a country in the world. Because I know for a fact that their own people of these countries are not satisfied and happy to see their own tax money going to kill civilians and innocent people somewhere else in the world. We say to them, Allah Azza wa Jal is choosing you as shuhada. وَلِيُمَحِّصَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَيَمْحَقَ الْكَافِرِينَ. Allah Azza wa Jal wants to know who is who. أَمْ حَسِبْتُمْ أَن تَدْخُلُوا الْجَنَّةَ. Do you think you will live alone to go to Al-Jannah? وَلَمَّا يَعْلَمِ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا مِنْكُمْ. Without Allah Azza wa Jal giving the chance for certain individuals to demonstrate their struggle in the path of Allah Azza wa Jal and to know who are patient. If we were to go back in time and explore the life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we will see, subhanallah, perfect connection between the 3 years that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam with the Sahaba and the supporters of the non-Muslims with them when they were segregated in Sham Abi Talib. As a result of the aggression of Quraysh. Quraysh was a mighty at that time. They had the upper hand. They had the helm around with them to give them the endorsement from the people of the Arabian Peninsula. They decided to boycott the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Sahaba. And the boycotting was severe to the point that, as it is reported to us through the books of Sirah, the Quraysh were hearing the children crying in the camp of Abi Talib, yet they're not doing anything about it. As we're singing, and so many of you have probably seen the image of that young child, that girl who carried her own sister who was wounded on her back for a few kilometers. This child could be my own child. Could be your own child. Could be your child, Mr. Trudeau. Could be your own grandchild, Mr. Biden. To the point that one of the Sahaba was going to relieve himself at night, and as he walking in the darkness, heard something cracking under his feet. When he looked for it, it was a dry skin of a sheep. Took it, cleaned it, crushed it, soaked it with water, and survived on it for a few days. The impact of this brutal action of Quraysh was so severe, even on the child of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Fatima, who reported to us later on she had suffered from physical weakness later on in her life as a result of the malnourishment that she was subjugated to during that. As a result of that, even this brutal action of Quraysh have led to the death of Khadija radiallahu anha, which caused so much pain to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. During that difficult time, there were still a few individuals from Quraysh who did have their moral conscience, though they were not Muslims, who felt that as a human being, I cannot see the suffering of the children on this side, in this valley, on this people, and not do anything about it. That's why Hazim ibn Hakim ibn Hizam would at night preparing a supply on a donkey and sent it to go to the camp of the Muslimin. And he would be faced, by the way, by Abu Jahl la'natullahi alayhi. And then Al-Bukhtari will be intervening and saying to Abu Jahl la'natullahi alayhi, how dare you to stop a human act and a support to these people who are going through deprivation and starvation. To the point that they got to a fist fight and Abu Jahl la'natullahi alayhi was hurt. Similar to what we're seeing nowadays, and by the way, to what's happening to the United Nations employees who are being targeted deliberately by this force that is not only killing civilians, but killing also United Nations employees. We've heard about many attempts and many times where people who are working in humanitarian aid organizations being targeted deliberately and being killed or hurt. Similar actions. The positive side of this, which I want to leave with you, is despite of how difficult was it to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, despite of how bleak situation is right now in Gaza, we say, Allah Azza wa Jalla, the Mighty, كَتَبَ لَأَغْلِبَنَّ أَنَا وَرُسُلِي. I shall reveal victory to my messengers and to those who believe in my messengers. وَمَا النَّصْرُ إِلَّا مِنْ عِنْدِ اللَّهِ. Victory is none but from the mighty Allah Azza wa Jalla. After 3 years of suffering from the Prophet ﷺ and the Sahaba, the moral conscience of some of the people in Quraysh motivated them to do something. And Zuhair ibn Umayyah, by the way, who was the son of the aunt of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Atika, said to himself one day, what I am doing, how could I go to sleep at night and knowing that my own family members on the other side are sleeping on hunger? The same we're seeing, or we're saying to the Muslim Ummah leadership, please wake up. Please, let your conscience wake up before it's too late. Wake up and do something. Whatever Quraysh had as a power to intimidate people was illusion. And whatever power the lobby of the evil force on earth is having is illusion. And could be easily defeated, as it was defeated by Zuhair ibn Umayyah, by Hisham ibn Amr, by Al-Butr ibn Adi, by Al-Bukhtari ibn Hisham, by Zub'ah ibn Aswad, who have gathered all together at one night and decided to lobby and do something to end that siege of the people in the shape of Abi Talib. There's a lot of work on us we can do by lobbying behind the advocacy group, whether it's NCCM or National Justice for All, or whatever organization you're able to work with, so that our lobby will be doing something to end this brutal genocidal war that is happening against the people of Gaza and Lebanon, unfortunately, and could expand to other Muslim countries. And there's one more thing we can do also. As you heard, we can still send something that will help the people of Gaza. I was talking to the brothers before coming in, and they told me that they prepare 6,000 hot meals every day to the people of Gaza, still despite the difficulties and the challenges and the risk of their lives. They prepare 1,000 food packages that is distributed to people weekly. They prepare or they arrange for 300,000 liters of water, which is a drop in the bucket, to at least keep the people of Gaza keep going in their struggle. And the cost for that water is about 15,000. There's about 4 clinics, mobile clinics going on to provide whatever they're able to the people of Gaza in their difficult time and their injuries and their sickness. So please, whatever organization you choose, whatever ability you have, do not spare, because Allah will be asking us about it in the hereafter. وأقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه فإنه هو المستغفر. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا وسيئات اعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا ان الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا ايها الذين امنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم وبارك اللهم على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم في العالمين انك حميد مجيد اللهم انا عبيدك ابناء عبيدك ابناء امائك نواصينا يا رب بيدك ماض يا رب فينا حكمك عدل فينا قضاؤك نسألك اللهم بكل اسم هو لك سميت به نفسك أنزلته في كتابك أو علمته أحدا من خلقك أو استأثرت به في علم الغيب عندك بأن تجعل القرآن العظيم ربيع قلوبنا يا رب اللهم اجعله جلاء لهمومنا وأحزاننا اللهم يا سامع الصوت ويا سابق الفوت ويا كاسي العظام لحما بعد الموت صل على نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وفرج هم وغم وكرب أمة الإسلام يا رب العالمين اللهم فرج هم وغم وكرب أهلنا في غزة وفي لبنان وفي سوريا وفي السودان وفي كشمير ومنمار وفي كل مكان يا رب العالمين. Ya Allah, we ask you by your mercy to alleviate the suffering of those who are suffering on earth, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. Ya Allah, we ask you to feed those who are hungry, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. Ya Allah, we ask you to heal those who are wounded, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. Ya Allah, we ask you to free those who are captive, Ya Arham al-Rahimeen. Ya Allah, as we are in this blessed day and this blessed hour and this blessed location, Ya Rabb al-Alameen, we pray to supplicate to you to give us that chance to be able to pray with peace and tranquility in al-Masjid al-Aqsa. إنك على كل شيء قدير. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.